And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them.
Let's be real. This is not how fairy tales are supposed to end. But Disney's newest Snow White remake? Total disaster. And now word on the street is they want star actress Rachel Zegler to pay for it. Yep, like literally hand over millions. So how did we get from happily ever after to $120 million flop? First off, let's talk money. Disney reportedly spent up to $270 million on the live-action Snow White remake. That's a ton of cash. But when the movie hit theaters, it crashed hard. It made less than $90 million globally during its opening. And now experts say the studio could lose between $200 million to $400 million. So who's getting the blame? One name keeps coming up: Rachel Zegler. She's the actress who played Snow White. And instead of becoming Disney's next big star, she's now smack in the middle of a disaster. Insiders say Disney is panicking behind closed doors. Word is they're holding secret meetings, and they might actually ask Rachel to pay them back for the damages. And just when you think it couldn't get more dramatic, rumors started flying that Rachel left the country. Some sources even say she fled to Dubai to escape the heat, literally and figuratively. Whether it's a vacation or damage control, no one knows for sure. But it definitely added more fuel to the fire. Yep. You read that right. They might actually take money from her because they think she hurt the film's image. Let's rewind a bit. When Rachel was first cast, some fans were already upset. Snow White is described as having skin as white as snow, and Rachel, who is Latina, didn't fit that image for some people. That alone caused a lot of drama online.
Then there's actress Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White. Yet another example of Disney needing to change the race of every single one of their classic characters. A practice that's just become comically and ironically racist. Little Mermaid is black. Snow White is Latina. These characters are changing ethnicities faster than Kamala Harris.
But things got worse.
Your version of Snow White is different, and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Rachel did interviews where she called the original Snow White movie weird and said the prince was basically a stalker. She also said the movie didn't need a love story anymore and that the old tale was super outdated. While she thought she was being modern and bold, a lot of Disney fans thought she was being rude, especially to such a classic film.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince, or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
Rachel kept doing press interviews, and each time people got more annoyed. She said she should be paid for every hour someone streams the movie. She laughed about changing the whole story. Fans weren't laughing, though.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Many felt she wasn't grateful or respectful toward the role. Instead of feeling like a proud Disney princess, people said she came off as too confident, even smug. It didn't help that her political tweets also started getting attention. At one point, Rachel tweeted, "Free Palestine," right after Disney had her post excitedly about playing Snow White. People were shocked, especially since her co-star Gal Gadot, who played the evil queen, is Israeli. Things got really awkward. She also once posted that she hoped Trump voters never know peace. That didn't sit well with a lot of people either, especially considering Disney is all about appealing to everyone. Kids, adults, liberals, conservatives, you name it. And let's be real, family movies don't usually come with political drama. Behind the scenes, Disney reportedly went into total panic mode. They even flew one of the film's producers out to talk to Rachel directly and ask her to take down her tweet. But she refused. Some insiders say Disney's top execs were furious. One of them allegedly yelled, "She destroyed a billion-dollar brand and we paid her to do it."
My God, what? They flew an executive, one of the producers, out to go visit personally with Rachel Zegler to say, could you please take that down? Because we understand you can have your political views, but those aren't really helpful while you're trying to build an audience for a movie. Maybe you could save them for like your diary and your friends, but like maybe not, maybe just take the tweet down.
Now, There are whispers that Disney is considering using a clause in her contract that lets them punish actors for damaging the company's image. That means pulling her bonuses, cutting future deals, or, wildest of all, asking her to pay part of the losses. Imagine being told, "You owe us $120 million. That's next-level drama. By the time the movie came out, Disney had cut down on events. There was no magical red carpet vibe, just quiet, awkward energy. It didn't feel like a celebration. It felt like everyone was walking on eggshells.
Uh-oh. Sound like I hear a couple of people. One, two. Okay. Two.
And then, boom, the movie flopped. Big time. Critics hated it. Fans stayed home. Social media roasted it. Hashtags like Not My Snow White started trending. People shared memes mocking Rachel's interviews and even edited her face onto old Snow White scenes with sarcastic captions. It was brutal. Now people are split. Some say Rachel's being unfairly targeted. She's young, only 23, and it's her first huge role. Others argue she brought the hate on herself by dissing the original film and acting too cocky. One critic even said she turned a magical fairy tale into a political war zone. Film experts say it's more than just Rachel's fault. Disney made a bunch of changes to the story, like removing the classic seven dwarfs and adding CGI characters. Some fans felt the remake was trying too hard to be modern and forgot what made the original special.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I could literally write a PhD thesis on the pseudo-feminism that is criticizing Disney princesses.
But still, all eyes are on Rachel. Some believe Rachel got caught in what's called a culture war. Basically, when a movie touches on politics, identity, and tradition, things can get messy fast. And since Rachel is a Latina actress with strong opinions, she became a target, whether fair or not.
To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her.
So, what's next for Rachel Zegler? Some say Disney has already pulled out of working with her again. Others think she might lie low for a while, then make a comeback with something totally different. Snow White was supposed to be Disney's next big win. Instead, it became one of its biggest disasters. And Rachel Zegler? She's stuck in the middle of it all, facing angry fans, legal threats, and a giant studio trying to protect its brand. Was she bold, or just badly timed? Was Disney too ambitious or totally out of touch? Either way, this story shows one thing clearly. You can't mess with a beloved fairy tale. Throw in some hot takes and expect everyone to clap.